everyone, there's these kind of two things I'm bringing in. There's the biology of trauma, which inherently increases insulin, regardless of what you eat. And then there's processed foods, which we use to soothe trauma response and stress, which inherently increases insulin. So both things happening at once means a massive increase in insulin. Welcome to the Holistic Life Navigation Channel. I'm your host, Luis Mujica. I'm a somatic educator and nutritionist, and I'm here to explore every aspect of life through the lens of somatic psychology, nutrition, and philosophy. Let's dive in. So the first thing I just want to highlight is the correlation between trauma and visceral fat storage and inflammation. That's what's so important to remember, because we want to first remember that trauma, whenever we're talking about trauma, we're not talking about the hard thing I went through. We're talking about how my body is left from the hard thing I went through. That's what we're talking about with trauma through a somatic lens, okay? Not the event, the biology after the event. When we're talking about the biology of trauma, same with the biology of chronic stress and anxiety and panic, all those things, we're talking about a body that has an excessive amount of adrenaline. Now, if you remember from, I think it was month 2 when we get into sugar, adrenaline, one of its jobs is to modulate glucose. And it does that by forcing the liver to transform glycogen, which is stored glucose, into usable sugar. So the easy way to say it is adrenaline forces the liver to give up stored sugar, which means when you have an adrenal response, you will have an increase in glucose in your bloodstream. Whether you ate anything or not, that's what's so fascinating. That's the part you want to remember here. Okay. So when you are in a chronic state of being adrenalized, you're also in a chronic state of hyperglycemia. You have more glucose in your bloodstream. Whether you need it or not, it's just naturally what happens in the body, like automatically when you make adrenaline. So that's important, because being in that state of elevated glucose consistently, because the adrenaline keeps hidden in the body, you're having then an insulin response to your own stress response. We're not even bringing in the food you ate or didn't eat yet. Just your actual biological makeup. That's what's happening when you're in that chronic stress response, when you're chronically adrenalized. Whenever you have elevated insulin, you're going to be in storage mode, right, everybody? Insulin is storage mode for everybody. This is not just for someone with diabetes. This is any human being, whether you're thin, whether you're fat, whether you're middle, whatever you call yourself. Insulin will store the food that you eat as fat. That's its job to do, okay? So when you're in that chronic insulin mode, you're in storage mode. And when you're in chronic insulin mode, your body is geared to crave carbohydrates. Now, if you're in a chronic stress load already, you're also having emotional dysregulation. So all this chemistry is happening, and at the same time, there's an emotional dysregulation happening. And what have we learned to do when we're emotionally dysregulated? Avoid food or dive into it usually, right? So the avoidance of food keeps amping up the adrenals, which keeps this biology happening. And using food to binge or comfort, or even just snacking on something really quick to get through the morning, you're then increasing your glucose and increasing more of that insulin. So everyone, there's these kind of two things I'm bringing in. There's the biology of trauma, which inherently increases insulin, regardless of what you eat. And then there's processed foods, which we use to soothe trauma response and stress, which inherently increases insulin. So both things happening at once means a massive increase in insulin. And this goes to your question. When you have a massive increase in insulin, you will have an outcome, a result of an increase in inflammation. Insulin is an inflammatory hormone. It's not supposed to be chronically experienced. It's supposed to come once in a while when you have a lot of carbs. Again, because this is like 50, 60 years new for our bodies to have this much insulin from this many carbs. So it's okay to have a huge burst in insulin when you ate some honey, or you had like pasta that you milled all day with your village. Totally fine. But having it 8, 9, 10, 12, 13 times a day happening in your body, it's beyond what the body can repair from. And when you can't repair, then you have this inflammation that's out of check. Listen, do you hear something? That's the sound of warm, delicious, glorious Costa Rica. And this is where I am headed next. On February 28th, I'm hosting a week-long retreat at the stunning Blue Spirit Retreat Center, and it's going to focus on recovering from emotional eating and people-pleasing by finding safety within. And there's truly not a better place for me to teach this than Blue Spirit. Blue Spirit has created a literal sanctuary for wildlife, native plants, and people who are lucky enough to retreat there. Picture a vibrant jungle canopy atop a hill with a saltwater infinity pool, yoga classes, next-level local cuisine, and beautiful views of the land and sea. Not to mention the very special, magical experience of wading in the saltwater pool while a crew of little baby monkeys rests on the branches above you. Your room is situated just minutes from the most beautiful ocean I've ever met, with tide pools featuring everything from blue octopus to starfish and a rainbow variety of tropical fish. And yes, I will be personally introducing you to each and every one of them. So let's go into the retreat itself. I'll be joined by my dear friends Zach and Camille as we teach you the art of finding safety in yourself, especially as it relates to fawning and people-pleasing and eating habits, which are all very connected. I'm going to teach you how to eat to recover from stress and trauma, how to use food cravings as a compass for unmet needs, how to tend to your capacity for being seen and being uncomfortable so you can stop fawning so much, and how to embody and ground big emotions and sensations that arise in your body. It's an easy flight to the airport, and Blue Spirit will manage your transportation from there. Visit holisticlifenavigation.com and click on events for more information, or click on the link in the episode details. We will be waiting for you on the other side in glorious, warm, vibrant Costa Rica. To not make it too confusing, but I think you're all following me, and if you're not, you can watch the replay. When you go to the adrenalized experience, okay, how does adrenaline get out of the bloodstream? Through the liver. Where do its metabolites go, meaning like what's left from it, into the bile, which then goes into your intestinal tract to digest food. That bile gets an increase in hydrogen, which makes it acidic. So your bile then becomes acidic from the excess adrenaline that's constantly being produced, and that inflames your gut lining. In addition to the processed food, which also inflames your gut lining. So here we go again. The biology of trauma is inflaming your gut lining even without diet, just like the insulin response. And then the processed food is also inflaming your gut lining. So processed food, excess adrenaline in the bile, increased inflammation in the gut lining. When you have chronic inflammation, you have chronic immune response, because your immune system turns on to deal with the inflammation as it's supposed to. There's nothing wrong with that. It's supposed to happen. It's why when you fall and hit your knee, it swells up. It inflames white blood cells, all this information in the blood and lymph go to that area to kind of break it down and deal with it. But when it's chronic inflammation, you have chronic immune response. This is when you go into what everyone calls autoimmune diseases, because your immune system never stops working. And then it just keeps going. And it starts actually, people say it attacks the place. It's not necessarily attacking the place. It's just confused and overwhelmed. Okay. And then a place that's chronically inflamed and having a chronic immune response then becomes a chronic illness. So let's pause to take that in. I'll bring the visceral fat piece in a moment. But that's just without the visceral fat. That's what's happening. And that makes sense, right? So this is why chronic illness and inflammation, gosh, they always correlate with someone that has trauma. I have yet to meet someone that has not traumatic events, but has long-term trauma in their body. I've yet to meet someone with long-term trauma that doesn't have some kind of autoimmune issue or chronic inflammation, right? Or a weight issue, anything like that, because these hormones are out of balance because the adrenaline kind of starts the whole chain reaction, okay? With the glucose increase, the insulin increase, the inflammation increase. Now, the visceral fat, what's interesting about that is your body stores visceral fat, and insulin is part of that. So all this insulin, all this glucose, your body's like, we got to store this. It stores visceral fat initially for two reasons. One, to cushion your organs, which is just necessary. We have to have some little bit of visceral fat to cushion the organs. So historically, if you're in war, if you fall from a tree, it protects your organs. It's actually like packing peanuts. It's important to have a little bit there. But what happens is, with the increase in processed foods, we have all these nutrients we can't use. And so the insulin in the body says we have to store this for later. But there's never a later because we're not a fasting culture. We've evolved from fasting just because of nature's cycles, right? Even if you were in the Caribbean and you had access to fruits and vegetables, you would have massive caloric intake differences. week to week from being able to hunt, from not finding a wild boar in the jungle to hunt. You'd have these moments where something shift. And in that shift of less calories or no calories, you would go into burning visceral fat because your insulin would be non-existent. You'd have no insulin response. So because we consistently have an insulin response from the processed foods and the adrenaline, we never get to start using the visceral fat that's stored. And that just keeps building and building and building. The last part, the visceral fat becomes an endocrine organ. This is what's really fascinating. The visceral fat itself, which to us just seems like some stored thing sitting there, actually becomes alive and has a lot of intelligence. And it puts out something called a cytokine. These are little protein molecules that create the inflammatory response. So the visceral fat in your organs, like a couple extra pounds of it, will actually on a daily basis be putting out this inflammatory response, and it will be turning testosterone and other hormones into estrogen. And not, again, the kind of estrogen you get, when you're doing HRT, you're trying to have like a healthy menstrual cycle. The kind of estrogen that can be precancerous, can cause more weight gain, can cause emotional issues. So the visceral fat itself almost becomes like a gland, and it starts completely loading the system with inflammation, even if you're not eating anything. Again, that's what's really interesting. So that's the whole connection there. So we can see that this body, essentially, like when people say stored trauma, I've heard that so many times now. It's been marketed. We talk about, we understand it cognitively. What I'm teaching you is the nutritional biochemical version of stored trauma, because all your nutrients get stored just like the trauma does, right? That visceral fat gets stored just like the trauma does. So it's fascinating how you open it, the correlation between the two, because it's a mirror. The way my trauma and my events and memories get stored, so does the fat, right? Because of the insulin, adrenaline, glucose from the food, from the trauma response. Thank you for watching today's episode. Please like and subscribe if you found it useful, and let me know in the comments what you want me to cover next. I have developed a 4-week self-paced course that takes 18 years of my personal and professional experience and puts it into one place where you can easily and quickly learn the foundations of recovering from stress and trauma. How does the food you eat affect your stress levels? How do the relationships in your life create stress or peace? How does the relationship you have with your body allow you to feel happier and more settled? I will cover all this and so much more in this 4-week self-paced course. And the best part, it's self-paced. You don't have to sign up at a certain date or finish it at a certain time. It's yours for life, and it's waiting there for you when you're ready to finish it. Throughout this course, I'll be teaching you philosophies and practices that combine my 3 favorite modalities: somatic experiencing, embodied parts work, and nutrition. For more information on this course, click on the link in my episode details. Ooh. On September 6th, I am leading the most majestic retreat I have ever led to date. I will be flying myself and my entire team over to the UK at the enchanted Broughton Sanctuary, a 3,000-acre retreat center that's currently being rewilded with native plants and trees to restore it to its indigenous roots. And I'm hosting a retreat called Finding Safety in Yourself and Others Through the Land. Anyone who joins gets to experience a week of learning from me and my team, in addition to demos, collective somatic ceremonies, lectures, delicious bean-based meals, and deep connection time with this special, special land. Our classroom is a portal to pleasure called Avalon, and it includes an indoor swimming pool, sauna, steam room, hot tub, and lounge. And get this, it's all ours, completely private for the entire week. For more information, please visit holisticlifenavigation.com and click on events, or check out the link in the episode details. Spots are limited, so make sure to reserve yours now.